Simone Biles.
World champion! Another extraordinary moment.
Nights like this, why we love college football.
Scheffler back on top of the world.
A lot of stars for you on Sunday Night Football.
Welcome to Football Night in America on Thanksgiving night, presented by Walmart.
It is a clear, cool, dry, beautiful night here in the Pacific Northwest, and we are at Lumen Field in downtown Seattle, which is ready to host its first ever Thanksgiving game. Happy 12sgiving, if you will. The 12s, the legendary loud Seahawks fans. They've added the traditional meal to their pregame tailgate, and they're ready for a good one atop the NFC West. Brock Purdy and the 7-3 division-leading San Francisco 49ers facing six-time All-Pro linebacker Bobby Wagner and the 6-4 Seattle Seahawks. It's a special edition of NBC's Sunday Night Football here on Thanksgiving night. A part of the John Madden Thanksgiving celebration. We have a seat at our table for you for the final course of the day here from Seattle. Nothing like being with you on this holiday. Thanks for having us in your homes. Mike Tirico, Chris Collinsworth, Melissa Stark coming up in a minute. Love this holiday, love what it's all about, and really great that we celebrate and remember John Madden as well on this day, Chris.
I tell you, I had to replace John Madden twice to show you exactly how dumb I am. But the great thing about John is he always reminded us all that football was fun. And to just have fun between football and your family, and what a great day. We're thrilled to be with you.
This is going to be a fun game, too. So San Francisco, we always talk about their offense. We have historically, too. But their defense is one of the reasons this team might get back to the NFC title game. So good on that side of the ball, Chris, and they lead the league again in fewest points allowed.
And there's a reason, in my opinion, and that reason would be Fred Warner. It really doesn't matter now who the defensive coordinator has been. Fred Warner is just one of those guys that has a presence out there. You can feel his intelligence. As Mike Tomlin said, you can feel his presence on the field. He leads them in almost every defensive category. Just love to watch Fred Warner play.
We've both been coming to this stadium for a lot of years, seen some great games, physical running with the Seahawks. But their offense is a little different and can be dangerous putting it in the air now.
It really are. You know, Geno Smith's coming into this game a little bit of a sore arm, but he has some weapons right now. DK Metcalf, just so big. The sheer presence of the man out there on the field. Tyler Lockett's been one of the best deep ball threats in the National Football League. And now Jackson Smith and Jigba, top pick, #1 wide receiver that was taken in the draft, is just adding an element of excitement to this offense. They need some of those big plays that they had a season ago.
There was a question coming into this week, who would be getting that trio the ball because of Geno Smith's injury. If you didn't see it on Sunday, he was hurt against the Rams in the loss. For more on his status a short time ago, Melissa Stark spoke with Seattle's head coach, Pete Carroll.
Pete, Geno Smith listed as questionable with that injury to his throwing elbow. How is he feeling, and what is your plan at quarterback today?
Spanish language audio provided by Telemundo Deportes, or watch tonight's game in Spanish on Telemundo.
There's no place that I would rather be on Thanksgiving than right here, right now at a football game. There's just certain things that go together. You know, the turkey, the family, the tradition, football, and we have it all today.
Happy Thanksgiving, everyone.
It's in the 40s, a clear Thanksgiving night along Puget Sound in Seattle. Nothing quiet about this night in Lumen Field. It's loud, as it always is, for their 6-4 Seattle Seahawks. Led by last year's comeback player of the year, Geno Smith, and ready to take on the All-Pro, Christian McCaffrey, and the 7-3 San Francisco 49ers. It's NBC's Sunday Night Football on Thanksgiving night. Thanks for having us in. Mike Tirico, Chris Collinsworth, and Melissa Stark. This game for the division lead in the NFC West and a great rivalry. Chris, the last decade and a half. So the Niners start 5-0, then they lose 3 in a row. Now they've won back-to-back games. And you know who we're talking about again? The guy who wasn't even their quarterback this time last year, Brock Purdy.
So many stars on this San Francisco team, right? And they have a quarterback who was the last pick in the draft, and yet he is the top-rated quarterback in the entire National Football League. He is the perfect Thanksgiving quarterback. John Madden would have loved this guy.
That's for sure. On the other side, the Seattle team that surprised everyone when they made the playoffs without Russell Wilson last year. Back in position to do it again. But they lost to the Rams in L.A. on Sunday. Chris, how important is this game tonight?
That was a big loss, and they come back now with San Francisco, Dallas, San Francisco, and Philly. A very, very tough schedule. A win, and they're tied in the division along with San Francisco. Everything's fine. A loss, not only does it make it very difficult to try and win the division, but maybe just get in the playoffs. A huge night tonight for Geno Smith and Seattle.
First of 2 games between these teams in 18 days. It's anything but peaceful here in Seattle on this holiday night. This one will go a long way to decide who wins the West. 49ers, Seahawks, settle in for the last course of Thanksgiving night here on NBC.
Sunday Night Football on Thanksgiving night is brought to you by Hyundai. It's your journey. And by Walmart. Shop Walmart Black Friday deals online now. NBC Sports welcomes you to the following presentation of the National Football League.
Here to perform our national anthem, please welcome multi-platinum R&B singer and songwriter, Tinashe.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Set for the first ever Thanksgiving game in Seattle. The health of QB1. The big story around the Seahawks. For more on that, to the field. Happy Thanksgiving to Melissa Starr.
Happy Thanksgiving, Mike. Geno Smith suffered a significant bruise on his throwing elbow in Sunday's loss to the Rams. And he was in tremendous pain all week, and he was listed as questionable for tonight. And preparing to play on a short week is always a challenge for players. But our meeting with Geno on Tuesday at the Seahawks facility was unlike any other that we've been a part of. Prior to practice, we were asked to come into the quarterback meeting room where Smith was receiving treatment on a desktop table in the middle of the room. Geno was great. He answered all of our questions despite being in noticeable pain. And by yesterday, he was a full participant in practice. I talked to him while he was throwing in pregame warm-ups, and he told me he feels good. And he has no limitations. He's going to be wearing a sleeve on that right elbow. He's going to be applying a heating pad in between series on the sideline, but he told me he cannot wait for the challenge, Mike.
Melissa, that was crazy. One of the wildest things we've all ever experienced in our careers. There's Pete Carroll, 14 years in Seattle, trying to win the division for the 6th time, one behind. Kyle Shanahan, his Niners trying to go back and back in the NFC West. Talking about the 12s and the noise. Blake Snell won his 2nd Cy Young Award a few weeks ago. He did it pitching for the Padres. He's a free agent now. He wants to pitch for the Mariners. But he's a Seattle kid, and he raised the 12th man flag in his hometown here tonight. Seattle won the toss. Defer the option to the second half, so Jason Myers is going to kick it off for the Seahawks. Good return man and Ray McLeod back for San Francisco. Sometimes this time of year to come out here, it can be wet, it can be damp, it is dry, but it's cool Temperature hovering in the low 40s. Hope you're with the people you love. Hope you had an awesome day. Thanks for letting us finish it with you. Settle in for the last course of Thanksgiving 2023. Ray, gonna bring it. Here we go.